Coach, the weather this time of year in the South, perfect. Fall football weather, and we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Carolina Panthers and the Atlanta Falcons. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports.
Come on now, let's go!
On the ready.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hey, box truck.
54's Mike. 54's Mike.
Five.
Throwing on 1st down is Locke. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Second and a yard at the 36-yard line.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Hey, Delta.
Bring it! Right there. 54, right there. 54, Mike. Hey, defense.
Lock to throw on 2nd down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets it down to the 32. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. The free safety, Trey Boston, there to knock it away. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
They'll run out of the gun with Kamara.
Let's go, team.
In on the tackle there, Luke Kuechly.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Hey, Charlie.
From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. In for the score. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Well, there you go, Charles. His first touchdown pass of the new season.
Well, let's just go back to his rookie year because he's able to get his feet wet, right? Get a little bit of experience. Now I think here in year 2, the game will slow down for him, and we'll see his true talents come out.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Fielded about a yard deep. And able to take it past the 20 a little bit, but no further. A flag in there as well. Let's see what this is.
Here we go, here we go.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
So after the face mask, they get to start all the way up past the 35 now.
Check safety, check safety.
Protein spill.
Greer just beating the play clock. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. And it's second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to the air. Greer on 2nd down. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Throwing on 3rd down, Greer. And he's got his target. That's more. He'll take this the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that first down on 3rd down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Greer under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Tack McKinley racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Back. 6-6, pull it high. Hey, Haywood.
Mike's 54. Mike's 54.
Mike.
On 3rd and long, here's Greer.
Let's get off the field.
He's going to let this go for the end zone. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by DeMonte Casey. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Mike's 59. Ricky. Mike's 5'9", Mike's 5'9".
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And coming up on their 2nd drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice. It all came together, but I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
After the turnover, here's Locke. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. The 40. He's at the 30, the 20. Touchdown, Falcons. Alvin Kamara, 95 yards. And the Falcons are able to show off their quick strike ability.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
You said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Oh, look at the juke. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
Go, 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 go.
59 Mike, 59 Mike. Check, 59.
I don't even know why this team.
Now on 2nd and 13. Greer. This is caught. It's Greg Olsen. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Let's go. 90, Wolf.
59. Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time. Jim. Check 24.
Look, squeeze. Now.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. When you're down early, how do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
59. Run. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
Go. On the ball.
Motion out of the backfield.
So that'll back him up 5. Doesn't look to be any confusion here as they come up now on a 2nd and 6 following the delay of game.
Mike 5-4.
They gonna need some therapy after this. Go. Go.
Greer will look to throw on 2nd down. Flushed out right. And he's going to keep it here. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Check. Check, nickel.
Recon, 132 fighter. Hey, seam 6. Yep. Let's go.
From the 50, here's Greer. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the DG, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Hey, watch the ball.
Block taking the snap and 1. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A nice pickup there, 18 yards, first down Falcons.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive.
Wahoo!
Mike's 54.
Hey.
And bring it. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
On first down, Locke. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Locke now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Locke now on first down. Looking left side, and it's complete. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Switch up. Switch up.
Ready, ready.
Locke now on first down. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And they'll get this down to the 10. 13-yard gain yet again, just like last play. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Locke going to bring the offense up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And Kamara has it stripped. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that's scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
Got it.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. On 2nd and 10, Greer. And he whips that one incomplete there. Greg Olsen was the intended target. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. The Panthers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, box drop, box drop.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
From the gun on 3rd down, Greer. And that is incomplete. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now, I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
Here's Michael Pilardi now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive, as it'll begin in enemy territory already. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Go, go, go.
X3, 218, chop.
Watch twist. Watch twist.
Go. Now.
Toss play, Kamara. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. Touchdown, Falcons. Alvin Kamara with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Falcons push further out in front.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that makes the score 21-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Let's go now.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be open. Oh, now Greer, he fumbled the football. And the Falcons grab it. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And a rout is on here in this first half. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
Let's go, let's do it.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
First down, Greer. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Tackle.
General West.
Check 24, check 24.
Hey, Delta.
Off play action, Greer. And that's complete to McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they march off another 15 against your squad.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go, G.
On 1st and 10, Greer. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. You got a young quarterback. You know, maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide-open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Safe.
Topper! Leo! Ready!
Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
He's checking. Crash. Check 9. 80 weapon.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. Well, he's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Now, that's something of a pick-me-up, and the offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. His favorite target, Travis Kelce, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Tucson.
Let's get the ball.
Now Locke, he lost the football. It's out. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And he takes it into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery and a touchdown for the Panthers. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They're right back out there after watching the fumble go the other way. Still in control of this game, but that needs to serve as a wake-up call because they're not in the clear yet.
No, the message should be clear that fortunes can change pretty quickly when you turn the ball over. You've got to take care of it, otherwise that lead could slip away quickly.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Hey, Haywood!
Mike 5'9". Who that?
Yo, go!
Mike, check, 59.
Hey, exit.
Check 59.
Now.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
He's coming to you. He's coming to you. Motion. Hey, hey, hey. 25. Check 25. Check 25. 22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber. Mike's 59. Mike's 59. Hey, Washington lane. Go. Play. Go.
A give to Kamara running right. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Well, you talked about the need for them to establish the run early. They've been able to do that here in the first half.
And that means that the whole offense has adopted that attitude and that persona. We're going to take care of this young quarterback. Let's all get together and run it and take the pressure off.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
6-6, pull it high. Go. Mike is 59. Mike, hey, Alpha.
Okay, just like that.
Yep.
Just like that. 59 Mike. 59 Mike. Check. 59.
Hey, keep it up. Keep it up.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that will be taken in by Ridley for a Falcon touchdown. Calvin Ridley with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. Sanders on for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now a first down throw. Greer looking for the tight end Olsen, and it's intercepted. Picked off by DeMonte Casey. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
You're trailing. You're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with.
High 7. Ready?
Throwing on first down is Locke. And it's incomplete. It's a dangerous pass. That's what it was. And it brings up 2nd down. They almost gave it right back to him there with another interception of their own. And to be honest, he probably should have caught that and picked it off.
And he knows it, and he'll see it in film, and he'll see it in his dreams tonight when it's all said and done. But you almost felt like the excitement had been ramped up, and they were trying to get a big play right after that one.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
54. Mike 54. All day, baby, all day.
Right there. 54, Mike.
You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me. Slam. 49, check 49, check 49. Gone.
Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. Check.
And that'll set them back 5. And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15.
Hey, seam 6. These babies cry all the way back. Look at me. Zipper.
54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54.
I got him.
Mike's 5-4.
5.
Lock to throw on 2nd down. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Yeah.
Right there.
Now.
Right there. 54, Mike.
Get it.
Clock now to throw. Now Locke, he lost the football. It's out. And it's picked up by the Panthers. Through an opening, and there he goes. And he takes it into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery and a touchdown for the Panthers. 2nd time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Come on,
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Jason Sanders on for the field goal.
The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Jason Sanders on for the field goal. A 49-yard.
And this one is right down the middle. And that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And they've got it. They recovered it. They hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. So they hit the ball before it went 10 yards. I know that's tough, but you got to stay disciplined.
It is difficult because you're so eager to go get the football. It's that type of a play, but you're exactly right. Have to have the discipline to let it go 10 first.
Go.
Now a give, right side McCaffrey. And despite the good footwork, he'll be hit and dropped shy of the 45. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Wahoo!
Crunch. Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. Here we go, here we go.
Go!
We got it.
Snap!
On 2nd and 9, Greer. And they've got the hookup. This is Olsen. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. And now he's really knocking on the door for 700. That is career catch 699. Greer now just 7 of 16 passing thus far, but he's got a 1st and 10.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. I got it.
61, matchbox lights. Check 13, check 13.
Here's McCaffrey, and this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Unfortunately for you, you've been around me for a little while now, so you know me as well as anyone and how I look at a game. I don't ever advocate abandoning anything, but in this case, I'm going against my own thought process. You got to change it up. You got to start throwing it around a little bit, finding ways to try and move the ball, because keeping on the ground just isn't working for them.
Yeah, maybe get him the ball out of the passing game, a swing pass outside or something, just something to vary it up. Dancing to his left. Now Greer, he fumbled the football. And the Falcons grab it. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Now Locke. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack by Marcus Hunt. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. They look to throw. It's Locke. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Travis Kelce, the Pro Bowl tight end, the intended target. And that'll make it 3rd down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
And the penalty helps, but not a whole lot. It's still 3rd and long. On 3rd and long, it's Locke. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Yeah, he's got to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. They'll get 34 yards there.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brian Burns able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Hey, Charlie!
After the sack on 1st down, Locke airing it out, looking for Ridley. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Falcons! Calvin Ridley with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Falcons push further out in front.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This is fielded a couple yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
Here we go.
The Panthers take over 1st and
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Tack McKinley, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Back to throw, Greer. And he's got the cup to Moore. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
Let's go now. 60 Pittsburgh.
That brings up 3rd down.
Greer to throw on 3rd and 1. And he's got his target. That's Moore. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Give him 6 yards in the first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Greer on 1st down. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Again, Greer. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Tack McKinley in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
Good job.
3rd and 10.
Greystone travel.
Right there. 54 Mike.
Watch the run. Mike. Hey, Haywood.
54. I got you, Pop. 54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch. Go.
Throwing on 3rd down, Greer. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Justin Reed. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Throwing now is locked. And this throw will be intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it, and they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. 7 yards there and a 1st down. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10.
Joker.
X3, 218, chopper.
Mike's 54.
Bravo.
Watch a slant. 54's Mike.
Rock it. Ready.
On 1st down, it's Greer. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Duke Riley in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Hey, high 7.
Watch out. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Too little, Cut.
Hey.
Motion.
5.
Now Greer. Jones has it. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Yes.
Mike, 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Hey, seam 6. Get it.
On third down, Greer nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tack McKinley, what a season he continues to have, his 15th sack of the campaign. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for Carolina. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Mike's 59.
Back to the air on second down. It's Locke. It's Kelsey on the ground. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. Give them 14 on that one and a first down. Locke now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Locke. Wide open receiver complete. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 43 yards.
Check 26.
Go.
Locke now on first down. And his throw here's incomplete. The intended target was Calvin Ridley, and that'll bring up second down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Let's go, D. Let's go, D. Tighten up.
Hey, watch Sam. Check Mike 54. Mike 50. Let's go.
And he lost the football. He's looking for Ridley again, but now it'll be 3rd down. They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 9, he got 8. And that's going to leave him with a 4th and 1 on their side of the field. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Here we go with Kamara. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first.
Hey, Delta.
Into the red zone, it's locked. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Margus Hunt. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
But he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A gain of 28 yards there, and give him a first down. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. Try to punch it in with Smith. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
Let's go. Let's go.
Their own 35-yard line.
On the set.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Greer. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down, because when you run a drag-riding zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. 1st down, Greer. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Pilot, 64, weak.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch it
now.
To the air again, Greer. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Duke Riley able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And the pressure gets to him again. Tack McKinley, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Here's Michael Pilardi now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. He'll return it from the 6. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And control of the football, switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire.
And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Hey, Charlie.
Mike, check. 59.
22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber.
You can't block me. Check 52.
They'll actually throw it with Locke. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And they work this out past the 25. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game.
Hey, Haywood.
Mike's 59.
Look at me. Door.
He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up. Switch.
Throwing on first down is Locke. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. It's caught inside the 25. And he's going to get this deep on a Carolina side of the